Welcome to Corner Class Tampa. This is the recap show. This is where we answer all your questions on the previous corner class, and we have a great show, don't we, Jackie?
Yes, exactly. It's nice to be back.
Nice to be back. Nice to see you again. So we have an awesome show today. We're going to talk all about our project that we have going on, the Third Street project, and we're going to answer the questions. So let's get started right after the break. Awesome. So, Jackie, last class we discussed a project that we have going on in Tampa, right?
Right, exactly.
There is a delay between your video and your audio, so we'll just deal with that um, in a little bit. But yeah, the project that we discussed is a project that we have here in Tampa. It is a 3 bedroom, 1 bath home that we're going to convert into a 4 bedroom, 2 bath home. We're going to purchase it and quickly resell it, otherwise known as a fix and flip, right?
Correct.
Awesome. It's kind of, I remember those like old Chinese movies where but at first you have the lips move, and then after that you hear the voice, and so but this one you have the voice, and then you have the lips move. It's kind of funny. I'm going to drop you off and bring you back and see if that helps. Okay. All right. So what we did was we had a first. We had a flip in here in Tampa, a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, going to end up as a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. We brought along our team that we're using for that particular project. We brought along in last class we had our mortgage, actually insurance risk mitigation people that talked about the various insurance that is needed for the property. So we talked about a couple of different types of insurance that is needed. We had our man in the field show us the project. We had the contractor GC Fresh Start Development, Katina, talk about the project. And then we talked about in general what is necessary. So what's nice about that is that you get to see real time a project that we're working on. You always hear the gurus and people on there saying, well, you can do this or you can do that, or and may not, no shade on anyone. We're not trying to downplay anyone's contributions or training, but you find a lot when you say, well, what is the when is the last time you flipped the property, or what is the most current property that you have rehabbed and sold on the market? And you hear a lot of times, well, it was 3 years ago, 4 years ago. No, that's not what we're doing here. We're actually showing a project that we're currently working on, and we're going to see whether that project makes money or don't make money. And that's what it's all about for real estate investing. Either you have an ROI, return on your investment, or you don't. It's just as simple as that. You can finagle and finesse, but at the end of the day, did you make a profit on the project? Yes or no? And if you did not make a project, you want to figure out why. If you did make a project, you want to figure out also how to maximize that for the next project. And that's what it's all about, is that using the experiences, the money, the training that you received on one project and moving that to another project, or scaling that up to where you have multiple successful projects. And then at the end of the year, you're looking back and you made a decent amount of money. Plus you helped. And here's the best part about that, is that you're helping people all along the way. depending on your price point, you either moving in a new, first time home buyer, or a move up and move down buyer, or somewhere in the middle. Or then, there's some people that we work with that are high end rehabbers, and so they're flipping $1 million homes. They may buy it for 800,000 ish or so and sell it for 1.2. So it, no matter what level that you're at, you are providing a service. You are helping people out ultimately with purchasing their first, second, third, or investment home. So it really is a great service that rehabbers do, as long as they do it the right way. Rehabbers do. I've been to projects where I'm consulting on a project where it was a rehab, and they bought it, and the rehab wasn't quality, and you run into problems. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Rehab the property as if you were going to, or someone that you care for was going to live in that property. If you're rehabbing a property for let's say a student, you're bought a property near USF for a decent amount, and your intent, your perfect client is a student. And so you rehabbing that property for potential student that would go to USF or some other type of school. Well, guess what? Think about it as if you or your daughter was going to live in that property. Would you do shoddy work for that? Would you halfway install the plumbing just so it looks good but don't work? Just do the right thing. It only takes probably 5% more to 10% more of cost to do it right. And so if you're making 30-40% on your investment, your return on investment, why not spend an extra 5% overall to make sure it's decent? It's decent work. And that's what I implore you guys to do. Just do it right. So let's say you bought a home, and you think that the perfect client is a first-time home buyer, first-time investor. That is the most expensive. In most cases, that's probably the most expensive commodity that they're going to buy. The most expensive thing they're going to buy maybe in their lifetime, unless they buy another home. You're spending, plus or minus 200,000 first-time home. Anywhere between 180, depending on what they buy, to 240-ish or so. That's typically the statistics show that's typically where you are when you're buying your first home. That's a real expense, guys. And so just do the work. If this was your first home and you were moving into it, would you want to have plumbing problems? Would you want to have AC problems when you first moved in? Do you want to have issues with something not being right? When, as a rehabber, we should go ahead and do that. We know what's wrong with the property. I mean, we've gotten our contractors in there. We have an idea what's going on, and why cover it up? Just go ahead and fix it so that when someone moves in, they have a nice, clean house that is, they can live in, and don't have to immediately put out money for a repair. Okay, so that's my soapbox. I just felt that it was important, and the reason is that I'm helping clients move in, and it was done, and the rehabber that did the property did a not a great job on that property. So it's important that we do a good job as a community, so that when someone purchase a rehab property from us or another rehabber, that they feel comfortable with moving into that property, and properly everything works. Okay, so that's the last I'm going to discuss about that in this show. It's just that it was something pretty recent that happened. And it's important that we just do a good job in the real estate community, especially the rehabbers that do it for a living. All right, so let's talk about the show. The 83rd Street project is again a project that we are working on. The first thing that we talked about is risk mitigation in the last show. So we had an insurer discuss insurance from what the flipper, the developer should have, and basically it's a risk insurance for the developer. Then there was the what I call slip and fall insurance. That's your general liability insurance. A lot of times that insurance is covered, as we discussed in the show. That insurance is covered by the contractor, and you want to have the contractor include you as an additional insured, and so that if someone, worker or somebody like that, slip and fall, you're covered for that particular project. And then you can get a as an investor a general liability insurance as well, that would name you outside of what your contractor general GC is doing. So that's kind of important. That's pretty important, because you don't want to close on a house and the house, for some reason catch fire, or you have stuff stolen, which happens sometime, and you don't have insurance on it. So you put $10,000 worth of material in the home, and you lock it up on Friday, you come back on Saturday, it's gone. So you want to make sure that you cover yourself for that. That's important. Insurance. Okay. Risk mitigation. So it's more than just insurance, it's risk mitigation. All right. Second thing we talked about was the project itself. And I covered that a little bit. The best way to add value to a project is add square footage. Some cases you can't. Then, you're looking at buying low, rehabbing some issues. And a lot of times when you're buying a property, it has something going on with it. Either it's, you don't want to have to buy a property where you can build equity into it. So either you're buying it for a discounted price. It may have some type of something going on. Maybe it had a fire, or in real poor condition, or something going on with the roof, or something physical going on with the property. Usually you're not buying a property where you can't add value. And that, because that's what we do, guys, is that we buy the property low, we add value, and then we sell the property. That's what a fix and flip person is. So if you're buying a property high and you can't add value, guess what? You're not making any money on the property. And in fact, if you figure in the soft costs and other costs to the property, you're losing money. Because every time you buy a property, every time you sell a property, there's transfer taxes. There are fees that are involved in transferring the property from the owner's name to your name, and then from your name to the ultimate buyer's name. So you got to figure in a cost associated with that. So again, I've said it many times, and it's so true. You make money in the buy, not really the sale. If you buy a property for $250,000 and you can only sell it for $260,000, and there's $20,000 of repairs that you have to do, you have a problem. You have a problem, guys. But if you buy the property at $140,000 and you can sell it at $260,000, and you have $20,000 of repairs and another $10,000 in closing costs, then you don't have a problem. You've made a little money off of that. So you make the money in the buy, not necessarily the sale. You always want to have a decent sale price. You always want to have that meat on the bones, but you want to make sure that you buy the property at a good price. All right. So we have a question that came in. Oops. Okay, right. So let's do this. A question. Okay. All right, so here we go. The question is dealing with insurance. Okay, so basically, they were talking about the owner's risk insurance. Basically, it's a insurance that is covers the dwelling. If you think about it, it's similar. It's not total, but it's similar to standard homeowners insurance, the owner's risk insurance. So it's going to cover development. It's going to cover some costs associated with that, some soft costs. So it is insurance that covers that. A lot of times, if you're getting money from a hard money lender, or you're getting money from a bank or some other type of lender, even if it's on your own cash, you probably want to have that insurance to cover your assets. So owner's risk insurance is important. We will be getting owner's risk insurance for this particular project that we're doing. All right, so we have some more questions coming in. Let's take a quick break and we'll get Jackie back on the line. All right. And Jackie, welcome back.
Nice to be finally working back.
Yeah. So I see that you're all synced up there. Your voice and your your movements are in sync.
Good job.
So we talked about the various risk insurance. We talked about the ways to mitigate the property, your investment, which is with risk, with insurance, various insurance. And then now we're going to talk. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do with the rehab. Now, as you know, we're going to add some footage to it. There's a room in the back that we're going to that is currently needs some repair and update and cleaning and some other stuff that we're going to do. We're going to add a bedroom, and we're going to add a second bathroom, and then we're going to add a closet to the new master, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, in your experience, that really adds value to the property, doesn't it?
It will. It will definitely it will increase the whole value of it. Anything that you actually do in the property, and especially if you do it right.
Mm-hmm. And we have our contractor, Fresh Start, Katina with Fresh Start Development. She is already kind of on the case, and she is, and her crew will get out there as soon as we close to take a look at the property and start doing some initial work while the plans are done at the city. Correct?
That's correct. That's how it's gonna go.
How long do you think this project is going to take?
I am at the top of my head, 90 days.
No, that's what we budgeted, but she is going to do it well faster than that. So she's going to actually, I think that she's going to do it in 45 days.
Oh, wow.
Her team is going to get right on it. And that's what it is, guys, is that you want to have your contractor in step with what your expectations are, and have them start the project right very quickly, because you have carrying costs, whether it's your own money or other people's money. There is a cost associated with that. If it's your own money, it's opportunity costs, because if you have your money in this project tied up in this project, you can't get the other project, right, Jackie?
That's correct. Your being on that property is not just for 8 hours. You're gonna have to work more, and you're gonna be tied to that, and you would want to be able to finish the soonest possible time.
Right. Right. And then once the property is rehabbed and finished, then we then put it on a standard track to listing, a standard listing track, right, Jackie?
That's correct. We're gonna have to market it and make sure that we got eyes on that property.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So we do our standard marketing. We have eyes on it. We have the man in the field. In this particular project, we're gonna have our man in the field, Rodney, market the home, list the home, market the home, the whole process where we include open houses, those type of things, the standard buyer stuff. So
Correct.
that process is basically for a rehab project and a standard project. That's basically the same process as far as selling the home.
Correct.
And Rodney mentioned, Jackie, Rodney said that he can sell the home. He should be able to sell the home in 3 days.
Wow.
He said, Rodney, how long is it going to take you to sell? Oh, 3 days, So, but typically we probably looking at under 2 weeks. Is that probably a fair thing?
Maybe you should bring your air dancer to it.
You know what? We haven't used the air dancer in a while.
I know.
I might do the air dancer. We haven't. I don't know what happened to the air dancer. So it's just it's just sitting there waiting for us to use it. So that's going to be neat. I think that we will do the air dancer on this one.
Yes, let's do it.
So now, so once it is rehabbed and sold to the buyer, then the natural buying process is the same, where we're dealing with an FHA or VA person, and they are buying the homes. Go ahead and let's go through the steps on that buying process.
I'm sorry. Can you get that by me again?
Absolutely, the buying process. What are the steps there for a traditional buyer?
Well, for the traditional buyer, we would want to be able to get them pre-qualified first. We want to be able to really find out what they are in the market for. Secondly, we want to be able to find out also if that buyer is able, and
willing to work with us?
willing to do. Yes, thank you for that. It's on the top of my head. So we want ready is that if they want to be able to really go in and they are ready financially as well. If they got a pre-approval letter, or if they're buying through cash, we want to be able to make sure they have that proof of funds that we need to be able to present as well. And we also want to make sure that they are wanting to buy their timeline. If they are looking into buying in less than 3 months, in 6 months time, or in a year's time, we want to be able to really find out. It will help us also in terms of the properties that we will be showing them. If they are 12 months out, we want to be able to always be on the lookout as what are the things that are coming to the market. But if they are ready to buy in 3 months, so we can present them what we have already that's up in the market right now.
Yeah, so true. So in this particular property where we are offering a listing, then we would probably already have people that are ready, willing, and able to work with us. So they are already been pre-approved. They're looking right now.
Correct.
And then they're ready to purchase. And so but we only have limited amount of, no matter how many homes you have, there's a limited amount as compared to the people that are looking. So if someone is not able to purchase the 83rd Street project, then we have other homes that we can show in their price point for them, correct?
That's correct. We have been working in regards to how we may be able to, give all of the options possible for our buyers.
Mhm.
We go that extra mile. You
Right.
know,
And
we
that's what's nice about this show is that it is an investor show, but as I mentioned so many times, Jackie, you got to eventually you got to sell the property, and so
yes,
many times people come to us and say, I'm stuck. I have this project and I don't know what to do after this, or something fell through or something like that. So we started a program that's called Deal, that our Deals program, Jackie, where we are helping people that are stuck in their deals. They have a deal that's kind of stuck, and we can either help with the mechanics of it, or help sell it, or just help in general, just a conversation. So, Jackie, that's something that we're doing, and we talked about it before, where I'm giving free consulting time to our closed Facebook group, the Corner Class Tampa Facebook group, right?
that's correct. It's always giving that extra lending hand,
Mm-hmm.
so we may be able to. It's a good community. We want to be able to help each other. So yeah,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
How would someone join that community on
They
Facebook?
may it's actually a private group. We want to be so, but it's searchable, very searchable. If they just search for Corner Class Tampa, and instead of searching through as a page, they just need to search as a group. And we will also be sharing that link over to our page, just so they know
Okay.
where to go to it. Then we just need to ask a couple of questions, just so we make sure that we are on the same goal,
Mm-hmm.
and that we will. It's pretty easy for us to be able to just connect with each
Right.
and every one of that. But yeah,
So Jackie, this is for investors. This is for investors
yes,
and people wanting to learn how to play the real estate game. This is not for this group is not for real estate professionals that are trying to, market that group, or solicit to that group by any means. This is a free offering to investors and people that want to learn how to play the real estate game. They're first time home buyers. They want to learn about the first time home buying process. They want to learn how about the investing process. This is not for professional real estate agents or brokers, or anybody else that's going to try to sell the people that's in the group. Correct?
correct. This group is really for that it will also add on to the motivation, and aside from the whole process of how we may be able to help you or help each other with the other members that's in the group.
Right.
So yes, it's absolutely it's a fun and very informative group
Right.
for new investors.
Right. Actually, we're giving private content to that particular group uh, for this project. Right. I mean, I've done some live shows that is solely content for the members in the group. So I think it's a great way to learn about the real estate project or real estate, whether you are an investor or a buyer or somewhere in between. So
Correct.
again, how would they get to the group, Jackie, again?
They just need to be able to search us through on Facebook, Corner Class Tampa as a group, and it will pop up. We're
Okay.
on top of that list.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So Jackie, do we have any other questions from people came
Uh,
in? Or there was a question about the um about how to mitigate the risk. Um okay, so I see one here that covers it's talk about the GC. Okay, so we're using Fresh Start Development, and just FYI, we're using Binger Insurance for the risk mitigation insurance. You can use anyone you want. You have your choice. There are plenty of GCs, but make sure they're responsive. Make sure that they're you're going to check the price, and of course, but you want to make sure that they're ready to go when the project is ready to go. That's important because, as you said, Jackie, you have carrying costs associated with that.
Correct.
All right. So that's who we're using. Jackie, I think that we have the team. We're going to have the team put up the on the Corner Class Tampa page, cornerclasstampa.com, the contributors we've had on the show and are using.
We will be putting all of. We also have it on Facebook, on
Okay.
YouTube, and on our website. So we're here to help you. Just connect with us, and we will always be there to help you.
Awesome. So it looks like that is the questions that I had on my end. Any questions on your end that came up?
I think everything has been covered too from my end.
Awesome. So again, we want to thank you guys for attending the Corner Class Tampa show. We are doing a weekly show every Wednesday at 11:30, where we have the first and the third Wednesday is a new show, a live show. Everything's live, guys. You can tell we don't believe in taping or faking or staging or none of that stuff. We mess up. We just it is what it is.
We mess up, correct?
So we talk about a new topic the first and third Wednesday, and then we answer those questions on the second and fourth Wednesday of the month. And actually, because we have a fifth Wednesday next month, we're going to do something special, Jackie. It's a surprise. I haven't even told the team yet, but we're going to do something.
I don't even know about this.
You don't even know about that yet. That's right. So awesome. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming to Corner Class Tampa. If you like content like this, please like our page, go the Facebook page, or we have a YouTube channel, like the YouTube channel. If you have any questions or about anything that we've done, any of the shows that we've done, please just comment there, or you can call Jackie. Or we also have a number with Sydney that you can call and just ask the question. And then also, if you want to participate or have an idea for a show, please feel free to reach out. If it's something that we can talk about, I'm more than happy to talk about it in the show. So again, thank you for coming to our show. We really appreciate you. We want to be responsive, so we want to make sure that we offer opportunities for you to answer your questions and to help you out with your deals. So that's why, again, we have the deals. If you are stuck in a deal, we provide assistance for that. This free assistance, and then also you can join the Corner Class Tampa group. Again, that's a free group also with free access to me, limited access to me. And then lastly, all you would need to go to Facebook, as Jackie mentioned, Google Corner Class Tampa, and under the group section, raise your hand and we'll let you in. This is not for real estate professionals or someone that's trying to solicit. This is a free offering to help our community learn how to play that real estate game. Stay grinding.